In 2026, what kind of investment property is still worth buying? It's your investment property. The one with development potential, higher appreciation than your neighbors, and double the rental income of others. Only this kind of property is worth buying. Today, let me show you a real case. On this entire street, this house rents for $500 a week, and that one, the owner wants $750,000 to $800,000. On this whole street, the rental yield is 4% across the board, except for the property we helped our client buy, which has a 6% yield. After watching this video, you really shouldn't have any excuse to say you have to lose money to invest in property in Australia. It's all about a shift in mindset. After watching this video, you'll understand how we made it happen. As we just mentioned, this property rents for $500 a week, right? And the property you're looking at now is the one we helped our client purchase 2 years ago. We're not even talking about the property appreciating by over $100,000 or $200,000. In fact, the house in front is exactly the same as the others. Neighbors can only rent theirs out for $500 a week, and we can only rent ours for $500 to $510 a week as well. But the key difference, as you may have noticed, is that there's another building at the back. This building is called a second dwelling or granny flat. So if you can find a property manager in your city who specializes in subletting, like in Melbourne, where we focus on this, you can achieve double income. In other words, on the whole street, your house and your neighbor's house both rent for $550 a week, right? But in your backyard, you can add another unit that rents for $400 a week. This is very easy to understand. We ourselves build a large number of these granny flats every year, and with a good design, you'll actually find that it can easily fit a car in front or even 2 cars, and you can also leave a parking space for the people living in the back unit. You'll notice that after parking, their living experience is that there's a door here, and once they open it, they have their own private entrance and return to their own home. Let me show you real quick. We also changed the flooring. In this area of Melbourne, a granny flat in this kind of condition can be rented for about $380 to $400 per week. It's designed as a small 2-bedroom unit. Now let's take a look at the main house. Actually, there's nothing particularly special about it. Of course, when it comes to investment properties, you can't put the cart before the horse. I noticed that when many people consult with me, they put rental income as their top priority, but that's not the right approach. Your logic should always be that first, you need to ensure capital growth. That is, the land itself must have potential. Then you try to build an additional dwelling, or if possible, buy an existing one without paying too much of a premium. For properties like this, with a secondary dwelling, before you buy, you should find a rental manager to help you assess the situation and make sure that after you purchase, someone can help you with subletting, because the laws are different in each state. As you can see, the condition of the house at the front is pretty average as well. And this kind of average condition is actually what we like the most because, for example, this house before we bought it 2 years ago was actually someone else's owner-occupied home. So you can tell that although it looks old, it has a concrete foundation, which means that its structure won't have any issues. As for the materials used, including the wood, it's just a bit old and worn, but structurally there's nothing wrong with it. I just mentioned value appreciation potential, right? So how do you determine if a property has appreciation potential?